Happy to be joining you. Happy whatever day of the week it is. I believe it is a Tuesday. Really grateful to be joining with you. I'm just wanting to hop on here whenever I'm feeling inspired or guided to do so. And yeah, a couple of things were really kind of things I was contemplating or thinking about today. One of those things being in the title, the idea of being politically unpolitical. And that is my new stance. It goes so perfectly with the Course in Miracles lesson that I was given today. So I think I'm going to start there because that's how I try to start every single day. And, you know, there may be days where I forget to choose a random number generator. So that's what I do. I use an app that is for the Course in Miracles lessons, and I select a random lesson and it will just choose one through the app. And today I got lesson 346, which I have here on my laptop since I'm using the phone. By the way, I do hope the sound is better. I'm using my AirPods, so we'll see what happens, but I still hope you can hear the sound of the ocean because it's gorgeous. But lesson 346. Today the peace of God envelops me. Today the peace of God envelops me. Today the peace of God envelops you. Today the peace of God envelops you. Today the peace of God envelops you. And feel free to substitute any other word, or if you prefer the universe or love or anything else. If God kind of has a energy that's challenging for you, I can relate. It used to have that for me too. And so please substitute. Like, we're looking for content, not form, at least in A Course in Miracles, and you're entitled to choose your own path. I'm just sharing mine. And it's content rather than form. So it's saying, you know, for example, I just recently went on a trip to Tulum. And to be honest, I couldn't have really cared less like what type of plane I was on. I wouldn't know the difference between I can't even tell you the type of models of train or of planes. Like if it's a F-47, I'm probably totally off. Because it doesn't matter. Like, the point was where I was going. It didn't really matter how I got there. So I think sometimes when we're kind of on a spiritual path or journey, we can get so tripped up on the small minutiae or the details rather than what's the purpose? Where am I trying to go? For me, I'm trying to go to a greater sense of peace. I'm trying to get to a sense of connectedness to my purpose in life. I'm trying to become more accepting of life as it is. I'm trying to find spiritual significance and meaning to my day-to-day happenings. And so yeah, today the peace of God envelops me. This is lesson 346. And I forget all things except God's love. I forget all things except God's love. I forget all things except God's love. And so here's a prayer I'm going to start us off with as we kind of move into wherever this joining wants to go. But Creator, I wake with miracles correcting my perception of all things. Creator, I wake today with miracles, correcting my perception of all things, and so begins the day I share with you, as I will share eternity, for time has stepped aside today. I do not seek the things of time, and so I will not look upon the things of time. What I seek today transcends all laws of time and things that are perceived in time. I would forget all things except your love. I would abide in you and know no laws except your law of love. And I would find the peace which you created for your children of God, for your creation, forgetting all the foolish toys I made, as I behold your glory and my own. And when the evening comes today, we will remember nothing but the peace of God. For we will learn today what peace is ours when we forget all things except God's love. And so that's a lesson. I'll probably return back to it here in a little bit. And now I have a cat where I used to have my computer. Oh, I'm sorry. And please don't play with the cord. How does this relate to politically unpolitical? Well, because I think we try to play by a lot of other rules and a lot of other laws. And in the writing that I shared the last time that I came on here, and it said something that said, I saw a healed world. I see a healed world. I see a world that can be healed. And I wanted to go a little bit more into that, and just what it means to me. To me, it means that I think we have so many problems that are so impossible to solve. And in a sense, we're right. We're right, because how are we supposed to solve problems of like homelessness or people not having health care, or how are we supposed to solve an equitable world with energy, and with taking care of our planet? How are we supposed to solve those problems from the place of greed where we live? And I'm saying we because I'm done pointing the finger at other people. That's not working. Us saying it's a them problem, it's a you problem, it's everybody else's problem. I really hope and I believe that we are going towards a more collective awareness, which is like, this is our problem. We have helped to create this problem, and we need to be a part of the solution, because as long as it's your problem, it's their problem, it's something they got to deal with, like, hey, it doesn't impact me, so it doesn't matter, or hey, I didn't start this, and so they're going to have to fix it. Like, as long as we stay in that mindset, we're just always waiting around, hoping that somebody else is going to come do it for us when we could all be doing it together. I let myself get so frustrated with myself, right? Like that part of myself that I'm describing. I don't want any more division, you guys. I am just as equally a part of the problem. The problem is meant to solve it. That somebody else needs to be responsible, that it's, and no, we're all responsible. We have collectively created the type of world that we live in. And of course, my internet keeps going in and out, but that doesn't surprise me at all, because I'm really allowing some things to come through me that maybe I'm even feeling subconsciously like nervous about. Of course, I'm afraid of judgment. I'm afraid that people aren't going to understand where I'm coming from, that people aren't going to see my heart, and that my heart's in the right place, and that I really care. I care. And I'm done not caring. That was one of my defense mechanisms. Like, hey, just kind of disassociate from it all, spiritually bypass it all. And I can't do that anymore. I don't want to. That's not what I feel guided or led to do anymore. I don't want to pretend, I know that we could have a different reality. I know that like heaven could really be a place on earth. I know that. And I know it feels impossible because for the longest time it did to me too. So I wasn't even willing to look. But actually we have everything we need. We have everything we need. We have the brilliant minds that we need. We have the resources and the money circulation that we need to solve these problems. We have the ability to collaborate that we need to solve these challenges. I don't even, the biggest problem is that we don't think we're capable of solving them. And so we just let them get worse and worse and worse. We let our oceans get polluted. We let the earth get damaged. We let people go hungry. We let people starve. And I know that there's another way. Today the peace of God envelops me and I forget all things except God's love. I just got the reminder lesson because it's at the top of the hour, right? Like, there's another reality. There's another way we could go about this. There's another way we can join together. It is possible to be politically unpolitical, which means we get out of the bullshit. We get out of the bullshit. We get out of the blame game. We get out of the it's a you problem and we say, wow, this is a problem. And we can be honest. We can say this feels overwhelming. We can say, I can't do this on my own, right? I can't do this on my own. You can't do this on your own. There's no one person here on this planet that has everything that's needed to solve this problem. We need each other's help. Is that such a bad thing? Is it such a bad thing to know that we need each other's help? We need each other's help. People who are struggling out there, whether it's with mental health issues, with addiction, people need help. We need help. This planet needs our help. There's some people, your loved ones, your family, there's people who need your help, and that doesn't mean everybody's going to be open to receiving it, and that's okay, but there's enough of us who want change. I believe in that. I believe that there's enough of us in this world, and I'm not just talking about a country, a specific country, like there's enough of us in this world who are like, war? War? Is this what we need? Is there not a better way? People starving? What? People going into debt because they can't pay for their medical bills? I know that there are so many of us who are saying, I know there's a better way. And we can find a better way together. I'm not here to lead anything. I'm just here to be a part of something. Like, I feel like I was so blind for so long to what was so obvious. And for me, it was right in A Course in Miracles. Like, A Course in Miracles has been saying, hey, you could have a different reality here. Like, you guys are depriving yourselves. You're depriving yourselves of the beauty you could have, the collaboration you could share, the oneness you could engage in. Like, you are holding yourself back from the beauty that there is, and that's what I had to recognize for myself, is there's another way. And so, yeah, politically unpolitical for me is, and I actually got the information about kind of politically unpolitical, or it just kind of came to me in a stream of thoughts back in like October of, maybe it was like 2023, I think, October of 2023. And it was really just with this awareness that we kind of pretend like there's this different game going on, a left wing and a right wing, but at the end of the day, it's the same damn bird. It's the same bird. And so when I'm talking about politically unpolitical, like what I'm talking about is when like we do care. We allow ourselves to care. I'm done not caring. I care. I care about humanity. I care about people. I'm not saying I have the answers. I don't have the answers. I know that collectively we could come up with the answers. And what would the answers be? It would be something that is humane, something that touches to our humanity, that says, wow, these are my equals. other people on the planet, these are my equals. But guess what? Also, the planet is important. You know, the planet is important. We should take care of the planet. And I struggle to know what my part should be. I do. I know that there's so much more I could be doing, and I'm trying to figure out what those things are, but that's why I want to spark conversation. I know there's so many brilliant minds. I know there's people who want to see a different way, a better way. I wrote a poem that I wanted to share on here. And I wrote it, let me see if it will say what day I wrote it. I don't know if it will because I revised it a little bit. And I'll tell you about that. But yeah, I've been writing poetry again, and it just comes to me whenever I get the first line. But I'm more willing to share. I'm more willing to be vulnerable. I'm not here to change anybody's minds. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I don't have anything to prove. There's nothing to prove. I know there's a better way. And I don't know how I can be a part of that, but this is like the first guidance I've been given, so I'm willing to do whatever I can, and I hope I'll be shown ways to do more. So here's my poem. Feed me the lie. Reality is what I should deny. Don't look at the starvation. I need to amass wealth for my next generation. Anything that can be done to immortalize my name. Conceive so that I can add to the population for the hidden agendas of colonization. Let's make it power. Or how about printed paper? Let's call them one and the same. Anything that can be done to immortalize my name. Take whatever I need to take. Forsake whoever I need to forsake. Ignore the planet's pain. Forget all the ways in which we are all the same. Anything that can be done to immortalize my name. More is always more in this game. Insatiable hunger for recognition and fame. Let's see right through the smog. I am a child of God. Do you know your name? You are one of the same. Infinite source. Learn whatever you need to until it's run its course. We will all meet at the same time and place, welcoming of heaven's grace. You are the part of God that no one can replace. Anything can be done to immortalize your name, child of God. And again, feel free to substitute. I call that one child of God because I think the first things first, or at least where I'm feeling led to do, is like to be willing to look at it, to be willing to see it, to be willing to see what we've created collectively. What have we collectively created? You know, to be willing to see it, but also it's so important to see beyond it. There's something beyond it. There's something really beautiful that's already here. Like who you are, it's already really beautiful. And it's already right here. And if we can just connect more and more to that place within us, that is the light, that is the beauty, that is the freedom, that is the limitlessness, that is within all of us. And we don't have to call it the same thing. We don't have to call it God. We don't have to call it even spirituality at all. Everything I've said in terms of like what we could do to heal the planet is actually doesn't have to be spiritual at all. It's like, gosh, don't we realize we deserve better? We could call it self-worth. Don't we realize we deserve so much better? We deserve so much better. And I believe in it for us. And I don't know how it's going to unfold, but I trust in us all. I know I'll do my part. I'm working on it. I'm working through all my resistance, all the parts of me that are insecure, doubtful. Like, I'm working through it so that I can do my part. And I hope that you'll work through whatever you have to work through to do yours. Much love.